Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call. Filmed in beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. Now, let's hear it from our host, our president and CEO, Andy Albright.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Billy, for the introduction. Today, we got a game plan. Talk about recruiting, talk about selling, talk about taking over. And I've got a lot of people joining in. Looks like we got the Lakeland team around Orlando plugged in. We can see the first 3 or 4 rows. So good to see you guys. I know there's a bunch of you here. I'm not sure if we have an audio where we can hear from you guys, but
hear us, Andy?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. You, baby.
Fired up. Woo!
Y'all having a good boot camp?
Yes, sir. Heck yeah.
Good. Good. Mr. Cat's there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
is.
is. He's back there.
You got a team there? What's up, Mr. Katz? What's up? Coming in. Thank you, Junior. There you go. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. All right. Well, we got some leaderboards to go over. We're going to talk about. Listen, here's a subject today. If the why is big enough, if the dream's big enough, if your goal is big enough, if you want something bad enough, it don't matter how big the problems are. It's when people have little goals, little dreams, a little why, then a little problem will shut them down. Something as big as COVID, 16, 17, 18, and 19, all of the COVIDs added up has not stopped the Alliance's dream. It's not stopped Integrity's dream. We have plowed forward. We have had some people that stumbled over it, and I'd say dream wasn't big enough. It was a big problem, Andy. Well, big dreams are not stopped by any size of a problem. So we want to I want to talk about that, and how do you establish that why? How do you get that dream big enough? And the truth is, you do it in the home when you're selling, and you do it when you're talking to people. And one thing, Mike and Noel, a lot of this has to do with some people get the dream and the why so high, then they have a lot of chargeback. Okay, little body, you hear me? Some people, like we were talking about this with your fella, he doesn't get the dream big enough, so his average premium is small. Get another person closes every single deal, but half the cases fall off the books, Lou. You with me? And either one of those will get you in trouble. If half the cases falling off books, carriers lose their mind and get upset. Same thing with agents as recruiting them, Tony. Some people can't get them to travel. Some people can't get them to buy leads. And then the next person, they'll talk them into buying $2,000 worth of leads, and then they quit because they got too many leads. In other words, whoever's doing the selling, you need to sell big enough and small enough. You need to sell perfect. And that's the whole goal. I would say most people struggle with getting the why big enough. Most people struggle with getting the reason big enough. Most. But some get the reason too big. Not as many of them. But those are the ones with the persistency and placement problems. They're the ones that can't keep. Sometimes that's the reason they can't keep agents. Is they're too high on that. It can go either way. Okay. So I'm going to come back to that. I got got a lot of people I want to chat with. They're on this call. I want to do some recognition of our leaderboards. As a matter of fact, Stephen, if you'll pull those up, let me show y'all. We got some good stuff happening. I do want to shout out to Chris Long that last week I didn't call his name, and he was like, "You missed my name, man." And I was like, "What? I didn't miss your name." But I did miss his name. It's one of the top salespeople in the country. And so I'm going to hit him again when we come to him. But Chris and Courtney, talking to Courtney today, she's recruiting like a dead-gum banshee, finding great people out there. Matter of fact, I think she's got a guy there in Lakeland with you guys, Mike and Noel, somebody that Chris and Courtney Long recruited. So next thing, let's look at this Rolex thing. So let me be let's talk about this thing. Stephanie Rodriguez is trying to win this Rolex with Foresters. There's the number one Foresters. This ends December 31st. Right now, she's 12,000 out ahead of Stephen Davies. And I know Davies is coming on strong, looking to get. He's got a collection of Rolexes, and I know he's looking to add this to his collection. Jonathan Megan Yakey are right on his back bumper, and Danny Johnson. But Stephanie, if she keeps it up, and I know she's in the house right now selling one, trying to close the deal so she can come jump on a call. So let's scroll down, Mr. Stephen. All these are posted on Band, but I want to touch base with them. Okay, this is another Foresters incentive that wrapped up end of November, but they got a funny way of ending it. Now it's over, and Stephanie Rodriguez is officially the number one in the United States of America. Gets a $4,000 bonus and an iPad. She finished up with $48,000. Now she's trying to win it in December and pick up another $5,000. Danny Johnson picked up $2,000. Stephen Holliday's picked up $2,000 in the iPad. Mark Hutchinson is on here. He picked up $1,200 and an iPad. So we had a lot of people in the top 100 with Foresters and picked up a lot of cash. I want to say it was like $12,000, $13,000. And that money, we understand, is being deposited with Foresters, so they'll come right out to you through the ARC. All right, Mr. Stephen, scroll on down. We got the $10,000 Warrior shirt. Check out these T-shirts. Let them see the T-shirts, Stephen. So these T-shirts are pretty cool. They say finding a way $10,000 per week every single day. So by keeping it on your mind, you're figuring out a way to knock out $10,000 a week. So far, this new contest that started November 1, we've already had 118 people issue $10,000. We try to do it every week, 10,000, but we've had so far 118 people. Elena Imadobi, the most recent to get one. So we've got 82 more T-shirts. Get your issue premium in so you can get you one of these T-shirts and hold it up and display it. All right, what's next? We got a vested. Mark Muller continues to lead the way with F&G with $1,500. Marvin Otsoy is coming on strong. Katrina Gustin coming on strong. I think they give out like 85 vests. These are jackets, vest jacket. How many of those have we given out? It's just one IUL and you get a jacket. So 84 different people have picked up on the F&G jacket or vest. All right, let's scroll on down. What's next, Stephen? Chiang Mai. Megan Wood has won 4 slots. Mom and Daddy or whoever she wants to take. That is just crazy talk with $630,000. Clearly, anybody can win with $125,000 if one girl, one lady, one mommy knocks out $630,000. We got new. Tim and Nikki Long have now on board for not just Thailand, Phuket, but also Chiang Mai. Brian and Crystal Rojas is close. Carrie and Mike Williams are close. Olga and Jason, come on, Olga. You can do it. Chiang Mai and Tim Sight is close. Look at that. Sight, by the way, Sight just had a new baby, number 5, Noah. So if y'all know Tim Sight, send him a congratulations. All right, let's see who is new on just the Phuket part. Here we go. Hold on. Katie Williams out of Texas, part of Mike and Michelle Alleman. Woohoo! Won a trip to Phuket, Thailand. Amaka Orizu. Woohoo! Pam Moore is so close. James and Stephanie Blas, they're so close. Mike and Brittany Rodriguez. Gil Stutling Flores is so close. And Elena Imadobi. I don't even know if Imadobi, you know how close you are. That is awesome. So look forward to traveling all over the world with you. She's brand new agent. Just got started with Diane Lampy and just absolutely killing it. She was not part of us. I don't think she was part of us in January. So less than a year, she's won it. I'll be interesting. She'll probably text me how long she's been with us, but she is new. All right. Okay. What else we got here? Managers. I got a ton of managers that have won it. It's going to be hundreds of us going to Thailand, assuming COVID lets us go. All right. Here we go. Rolex. We have 13 Rolexes, and this is a one-year contest. Right now, Megan Wood's going to get her choice of all the Rolexes, unless somebody does something miraculous. Mark Hutchinson is 200,000 behind. Oh my gosh, Megan Wood is just and she's out there on the front lines. I know she sold about 10 or 15. Oh, by the way, Megan qualified diamond on Super PAC, which means over 60,000 2 months in a row. Woohoo! Megan Wood. Mark Hutchinson is working on that diamond qualification. He told me that. Jane Hill continues to just kill it. So check that. I think it gets interesting down at the top. The top 10. Swindell's 10. Adam Johnson, Sarge, Robert Wilson, Chris and Courtney Long. So Chris Long moved into the Rolex territory, right behind Marcus and Carla Richardson, Joseph Dukes, who's right there on the front row. Joe, show him where you are, Mo. There he goes. There's Joseph Dukes right there. Terry and Tia Edwards. I was hanging out with Terry a lot this week. Junior Korea, there he is on the front row. Junior and Joe, two of them right there together on the front row.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
Janina Wilson qualified diamond this month.
What?
Yes, sir.
Nina Wilson, baby. Woo! Diamond qualifier. Hung out with her a lot last 2 days. She is a fighter, people. Make sure, team, that we get some good recognition of them. Everybody should get their pictures up. Hey, listen to this. Emma Doby, she started in May and already won that trip, or she's right there at winning Thailand. Nice. It's always nice to have somebody start, not even in insurance. Listen to me, Lakeland. She didn't even have an insurance license. Got her license, a mommy, and got her license, started selling, already going to qualify for Thailand. Just like that. Learn. Anybody can do this stuff. You just got to want to do it. Hey, it's what I said, the why, the dream, the goal. Nice, Emma Doby. Congratulations, buddy. All right. This will be interesting who finishes out the year strong to get these Rolexes. These are all posted on band, posted on our private Facebook. National Agents Alliance has an official private Facebook page. If you're on that social media, you can see a lot of this stuff all of this stuff posted. Okay, we're giving away $300,000. One of the $100,000 is going to be given away based on personal production. Right now, Megan Wood leads that with an opportunity to win $25,000. Nina Wilson, she goes by Nina. We got her listed as Janina here. She is on the way to win $10,000 worth of free leads. Jake Krause and Belle Krause. Belle told me she just picked up some kind of stupid big annuity, like $400,000 or something crazy. So her numbers are going to bounce up right here to get more of that money. Mike Alleman, Michelle, Stephanie Rodriguez. I've called her name several times. And by the way, if you see their last name, that's when they are already agency managers. We put their last name on there so you know why it's listed like that. All right, that's posted. $100,000 giveaway right there. We got another $100,000 based on agency managers and non-agency managers. So if you're not an agency manager and you're recruiting like crazy, you got a shot at winning a ton of free leads. Joe 2 is on the way to winning $25,000 because he's recruiting like crazy. Little Body made a decision the other day. A couple people told me this week that they like it when I say, I have decided to follow Jesus. Well, Lou decided to go agency manager. He has decided. Now he's recruiting like crazy. And he's driving depth like crazy. It's width and depth. Joseph 2, it's width and depth. Lou a body. And Rosa Correa. Is Rosa Correa in the audience there? I don't know if she's in there in Lakeland. No, Rosa. We wish Rosa was there. Hope she's watching on. She has got 17 wide in recruits. Stephanie Rodriguez. Stephanie just keeps popping up in recruits and selling and high with Forsters. That's when you know a person's going agency manager. Just keep seeing their name, keep popping up. Lou Body, I believe. Steve Deacon, Andy Riddle's guy, he's recruiting like crazy. Jerry and Cassie, 10 people. Good stuff. Steve Maxim recruiting. Like, is Maxim there? I'm going to see him tomorrow night, but I wasn't sure if he was there with Cats. What's up, Maxim? Okay. scroll down to the agency manager recruiting. Let's see who's leading it in the agency managers. Andy Riddle's absolutely smoking. I keep watching at Riddle's depth. How's his depth coming? He's catching up, 68 depth, and 71 in width. Keeps putting them in wide, keeps putting them in deep. 25,000 on the table. Brandon Beal got this thing going on, 38 in width. Olga and Jason had some really sharp recruits coming on board. Adam and Beth, nice. 100,000 to agency managers. That'll be posted. You can see it. I see our ABTF is recruiting. All right, what's next, Stephen? All right, Power of 10, Nakia. Thank you. Chadwick Ray's team, way to go. Who's next? Oh, HMAs. Guys, we spent time with Elliot Gorak. He is so fired up about HMAs. They're changing all kinds of things for the better. Obviously, we've got an increase in pay, 22% increase in what we're paying out. He's doing $200 free leads, all kinds of stuff going on with HMAs. So plug into that. Check it out. People can start selling it before they even get licensed. All right. Oh, my bad on Hutch. Stephen Davies just told me that I said he's trying to go diamond. He's actually already qualified as platinum. He's had a couple of massive months. So congratulations, Mark Hutchinson. Okay, let's go to my slides, Stephen. Let's go to the making the why bigger. You know what? Before you do that, I want to say hello to a couple of people. Marvin Osuna. Is it chilly out there in Reno?
No, I'm actually in a town called Spring Creek today running production. It's about 5 hours east of Reno, but it is cold up here, man. Got a little bit of snow, and wearing a sweater since early today.
Hey, I'm coming to see you in a couple of days, right? We're going to
That's right.
Hang out together.
The 17th, man. Can't wait to have you guys here back in Reno.
Well, I got my game plan, man. I'm coming with guns a-blazing, and I understand you got a lot of guests coming for like one day, and then we got a different group of guests coming the next day. Is that right?
That's correct. So we have Thursday, when you come in Thursday evening, we have people coming from out of town. So we'll have people from Arizona, California, New Mexico. We'll have those people come in. And then our local people will be in the next day on Friday, because the governor said that we can only have 50 people maximum in a room. So that's why we're separating the two groups.
So good. Well, I'm glad we're keeping the governor happy, and I'm also excited to have two sets of people that we can talk to. Speaking of keeping the governors happy, I want to tell y'all what we're doing on the national convention. Here's what it looks like right now. Some people want to travel, some don't. So we've said there's 4 different windows of time that we're setting up the national convention in the headquarters and giving people to see the headquarters. We can have, we think, about 120 to 150 with no problem because of the big size of the space that we have. That's what we think, okay? So with the amount of people that are signing up, we think that we're going to be able to have these. That's my thinking right now. I mean, we've got to be fluid with this COVID thing. We can't guarantee 100% in writing, but I think we're going to have them. But I want to let you know ahead of time that we're going to do regional meetings like the one we're doing in Reno. We'll do another one, say February or March, for those that can't make it out to North Carolina for the COVID. We'll go ahead and get that stuff on the books, okay? I've got about 50 reasons to be in Dallas, Texas, including meeting with the head of integrity. I've got some businesses that are just blowing up like crazy out there. So we can have one there in like a Paul Roberts office. We could have one there in a Diane Lampy's office. So we'll have the regionals, but I want the people that want to come into national headquarters and see our facility and get some chance to associate. So there's 4 different time frames that we're putting those on. right now we don't have 120 signed up in any of them. So we're in good shape for the people that are coming in. So I'm saying it's more likely now that we're going to have them unless Governor Cooper of North Carolina has a shutdown. Okay? So a lot of us already have tickets. So if you've got a ticket, and what we should do is each one of the agency managers or extreme manager bonus should get a list of your people and check. You've got a ticket. Do you want to come? If you don't, we'll do a regional and we'll do food and we'll do the regional like a national convention, if that makes sense. And we'll have them. We'll have one in Kentucky, Mike and Noel. We'll do one up there in addition. But I know you got people that you want to get out of town, and Osuna and Leventoach and everybody. Whenever you go to a seminar and you get people to go out of town and in a different comfort zone, it changes everything. I was talking to a preacher today, and he said the same thing. He said whenever he takes the youth, and he says if he does a seminar at the church, it's like doing a seminar at home. But if he can get them 2 hours from home, if he can get them 10 hours from home, if he can get them on a jet or on an airplane and get them to a different city, they focus and they concentrate, and it's life-changing because they're out of their comfort zone. So think about that. You don't want everybody to stay home. You want the people that want to travel, willing to travel, so they can come in and get in at our national convention. And I'm pretty excited about this. We're kind of under the gun, the crunch time. My staff's hearing that we're more likely to do it, and they're going, "Oh God, we got a lot to do." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I get it, but we got to work it out." All right, Osuna.
We're so excited you're coming, man. The Alliance Air is going to be in Reno. Andy's coming to Reno. We can't wait. I wake up in the morning sometimes and I pinch myself. I'm like, is it Thursday yet? Is it the 17th yet? We're so excited, and our team is fired up to be with you, Andy. So
it's next week, right?
Yes, sir. Next Thursday.
I'm looking at my calendar. This coming Monday, I'm not asking you to fly in from Reno and California and New York and all that. Don't hear me saying that. I know you would do it if I asked you to. That's why you were growing like crazy. But if you have people that are around Georgia or parts of Florida that are really interested in Medicare, I got Henson coming in, Ivy, Wilson, Gina Hawks, Robbie Kraft, Preston, Chris Hill. We're working on, we're going to do it 1 o'clock at the Fusion, Fusion, Fusion Resort. So if anybody contact me, contact your manager, the Fusion Resort. We're going to spend from 1 p.m. till about 5. So people that are local, don't come in. It's going to be in a suite. We're not expecting 100 people. If we have 100 people, I had to get a different location. But we are, I've got some people coming in at Homosassa and some people coming in from Lakeland that want to learn about Medicare SUP. And it's not going to be a full-fledged. We're going to give some outlines on how the comp works, because our compensation is going to be the most creative, most aggressive in the industry. So we're excited to roll that out to some people. Just giving you a heads up, that is the 14th, which is a Monday, this coming up Monday at the Fusion on its own Treasure Island. So I like doing meetings on my island. Hey, Tony, comments about us coming in. That's next weekend. You and Jason are coming in. We've got a private meeting with a select few. I guess that will be, is that the next morning or the next afternoon? Kind of give the high level how that's going to work, Tony.
Well, here's what I know is that Reno is going to be on fire next week. Like, not literally on fire because we've been there with fire, but like on fire, like as close to on fire as we can get it. And you're coming in on December 17th, and we've got leaders from all over the West Coast. We've got Bell and Jake Krause coming up. Top personal producers, agency managers, kicking butt, taking name. They're coming in. We've got Brandon and Ashley Beal. They're coming up. We've got the Otsoys that are there. So we've got people that are coming all over from the West Coast. There is a registration link. So please, please, please talk to your agency manager. They have the link. Get them registered. Thursday evening is for out-of-town guests coming in. Friday morning from 9 to noon is for people that are in the local area. And then we've got 2 days of intensive meetings of what you were calling the TAC team. And the TAC team is select groups that are going to be there. And so I'm really looking forward to this. Because it's going to be 2 intensive days of training, learning, getting to know each other, really just buckling down and talking about 2021 and where we're going to see it and how we're going to absolutely explode. So I'm excited for what's going to happen over the next couple of days. And our team, and I know from other people that I've talked to, are coming in with great expectations. We're sitting here and we're saying, you know what? We're coming from all over. We're going to be safe, but we're not going to let it slow us down. We're going to increase our momentum moving up into 2021. So I'm crazy excited about that. And we've got so many good things that are happening. So get registered. Come join us. We welcome you guys because it's going to be good.
All right. Handy, there was a weekly activity numbers for the week, or Stephen Holly Davies leading it, submitted with 27,000 submitted. Can you pull that up? I want to make sure I recognize some of these people. There we go. Next one. There we go. Right here. So, and I do not know how to pronounce Fennell's name. Fennell. Stephen Holly Davies submitted 27 grand. This dude for Andy Riddle submitted 19 grand, and Megan Wood submitted 17,000 this week submitted. Issue paid, Megan got 16,000 issued, 31 apps this week. Wow. Amaka Orizu issued 3 for 16,000. Those are all IULs. Courtney and Chris Long, that'd be Chris Long doing the selling. He issued 7 for 14,000 this week. Chris Manifold, who was with me for a couple of days this week, also issued 11,000 for 14 apps. God, smoking. Mia Palum, I should know. Tony, how you say their name?
We call her Pumi, but it's Pumelo.
Pumelo. Can I say like Pumi? Pumi?
Pumi, exactly.
Pumi, we see you. Will I see Pumi next week?
You will see Pumi next week. She's out of Sacramento, California. So hired by Lee Reyes, found a winner. She's been crushing it. She's pushing. She says she's going to have her best month ever here with the Alliance. So we're super excited. She started in September, and in her first 6 weeks, put over $18,000 in her bank account selling insurance, just getting started. So we're super excited for Pumi, and she's kicking butt, taking names, hiring people, getting things rolling.
Say that again. First 6 weeks.
First 6 weeks, over $18,000 in her bank account.
Pumi, God, look at that. That's awesome, Pumi. God, and let's see, Pumi's last name. I've got it written down here, but I ain't gonna be able to say that either. How you say it? Is it Tumbeko?
Stumbeko, correct. So like the I, yeah. I've had to say it like 50 billion times, so I'm just telling you. Tumbeko. I've had her say it to me again. Say it to me again, Pumi. Say it to me again. I was like, one of these days I'm going to get it right.
We're going to call her Pumi. Hey, if we can learn Leventovich, we can learn Stipaneka, Becca. We can learn it. She keeps producing and hiring people and training people. We're going to memorize it. We'll change our name if we have to. Mia Fennell killing it. 18 apps issued over 10 grand. Junior Korea killing it. 12 apps for 10 grand. Eric Belair, 13 apps for 8 grand. Billy Crane, 8 apps for 8 grand. Batorsky knocked out 6. Emily Katz issued 7. Woohoo! Michelle Alleman, 9. Woo! That's the top 10. Top annuity producers. Katie Williams, there she goes. 169. Rita Casper got in for 818. Jeremy Patton got 100. Caleb Law got one for 72. And Lindar Cook got one for 40 grand. Issued. Woohoo! Top Foresters, Bel Air, Megan Wood, and Emily Katz. Stephanie Rodriguez. They competing for you on the Top Foresters. Top Recruiters, Paul Roberts' team. That's Randy. I'm thinking. Our ABTF smoking, still recruiting like crazy. Sharp, Lucero, Clay, some new folks. Got a new girl in there. Guys, Christy. That's smoking. Brandon Beal put in 6. Alex Avian put in 5. Joseph 2 continues to smoke with 4. Joseph Dukes on the front row there. Joseph, your name keeps getting called for recruiting, selling, annuities. Mike Morisi, look at him going strong. Olga Mathis and Jason, they got some great people. And Stephanie Rodriguez. Okay. All right. Let's go to the slides with the why. And then I'm going to come back and talk to some more people. But I want to get this out there for you. Okay. So page 2. Let's go down to the second page. All right. When you successfully handle objections, you're helping the prospect break free from their own lies. Okay. You know, when you're trying to decide to do something, the devil's talking to you, the bad person's talking to you, negativity's talking to you, fear and doubt are talking to you. That's the lies that are being taught to you. You're helping a client, you're helping an agent fight their own lies from inside their head. Okay, next page. All right. Take the recruit as far as they are willing to go. Use their excitement for what obviously is satisfying their why. Get them to establish their reason why they want what they have stated. Find out where they are in life, and then you will know where you need to take them. A lot of people, when they do recruiting, I teach recruiting, they start telling a person what they need to do before they find out where they're at. What I would tell you, that one of the biggest things you want to establish is where is a person before you start selling them. So Osuna, you seem to be good at recruiting and selling. Okay. So when you're in a home, give me some questions that people say especially when you don't build the why big enough. You know what I mean? Like if you build why big enough, it's an easy sale. But when you don't build the why big enough, what's some of the objections they say about buying life insurance?
Some of the objections they say is, I may have enough insurance through my work, so I'm going to check with my payroll department first and see what I have. Or they say we're going to sit down and go over our numbers, and then we'll let you know. So if there's not a strong connection there, if we didn't build the why long and big enough, and we didn't ask enough questions, then they're going to come back with stuff like that. Okay.
I see Nina Wilson is on there. It shows up as Kyle Harry, your boyfriend. But I see Nina, wave at us and undo your, can you speak? Can you say hello?
Hello.
Hey, congratulations, Diamond Producer.
So what that means, 115.
That's right. That means you get promoted.
All right. This year I went from 85 to 115 and the 22% that you gave us. That's a 50% increase in my pay. What? Oh God.
Oh, the crazy thing is, Olga and Jason Mathis just keep finding winner after winner after winner. They just keep finding them. They find them with Terry Edwards and his team, and they finding you. And I don't know if you ever get objections. Do you ever get any objections now when you're in the house selling?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll put it off to tomorrow, right? We're gonna wait on this.
Yeah. Nobody ever hangs up on Janina. I book every appointment. I sell every person. Yes.
That's what everybody thinks, right?
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Well, I've got a couple objections I want to show you on. I'm not even sure if they have. Get back to the slide, Stephen, and show me what slide 4 and 5 look like. Because when recruiting, all right, let's go down to 4. Do we have a 4? All right. These objections with new recruits. I only want to offer a small amount of time because of family, outside interest. I'm not ready to do it this time. I'd like to start later. I only want to be part-time. I don't know if I want to build something. Sounds hard. I looked online and I'm not sure what I saw. I'm not sure I like what I saw. It looks like a multi-level marketer. What I'm trying to, okay, is there a slide 5? If it's not, it's not. Stephen?
No, sir, I can't go to 5.
Okay, good. Okay. So you can take it down and go back to my people. Okay, so when you're recruiting, Nina, Jason, when you're recruiting, you're going to get objections, and this is the biggest thing I want to explain to you, is because the why is not big enough. Okay? So that's why the connection, Tony, when you're recruiting in width, and then when you're recruiting in depth, the connection has got to be the why. When the connection is strong enough, it ain't even going to matter. They don't care what it is. They don't care if it's legal. They don't care if it's illegal. They don't care if they got to travel. They don't care if they got to dig ditches. Nobody cares. It's like if you're in jail and you want out of jail, you're willing to do anything to get out of jail. If the why is big enough, you'll kill. If the why is big enough, you'll go out in the midst of COVID. If the why is big enough, you'll build a network. If the why is big enough. So Jeff Bright was reading in the 8 Steps book, and he said, Andy, I don't see the answers to these objections. And the objections that we just covered with you, you don't need to go back up with it, Stephen. I got them right here. I only want to offer a small amount of time because of family or outside interest. Listen to this question that you could ask them. Well, why do you want to spend not why do you want to not spend a lot of time? Why wouldn't you do everything? That's a bad question. The reason they wouldn't do everything is because you've not established the why and the pain big enough. So when they say, I don't want to go all in, I just want to do a little bit. Here's the way you go into that crack. Here's what you say. Tell me some reasons that you want to start doing it on the side and part-time. I know you're a busy person. Tell me the reasons that you want to do this on the part-time basis. You see, you're not saying you should give it all your life, Mia. You're not saying we should go all in. Don't give me no excuses. You're not saying that. What you're saying is, why do you want to give me some of your time? Make sense? Because what we're going to do is we're going to find that why, and we're going to and get it bigger, right? You got to unmute if you're going to look like you were talking to me.
Oh no, I didn't say anything. I said we got to fan the flame. I remember you teaching about that.
Yep. You got to fan the flame. So if they say, I'm not ready at this time, I would like to start later. Say, good, I'm glad you'd like to start later. That's great. That's great that you want to start later. Don't object to them. Just say, great, I'm glad you start later. Tell me some of the reasons that you would like to start later. Well, I got my mama's moving in, my daddy's moving in, my kids are sick, my dog is sick, I'm trying to remodel my house. Okay, so all those are your reasons. Why would you want to start later? Not why would you not want to start. Why do you want to start? Does that make sense? It's almost like this. You could say, like, if you didn't have your mama moving out, if you didn't have your daddy moving in, why would you want to start? If your kids wasn't sick, if you wasn't remodeling a house, put that aside. Why would you want to do it? And start listing the why, whether it's Well, the main reason is I ain't had a raise in 5 years. So, oh man, tell me again where you work. Tell me about your boss. What you want to do, Alex Avian used to teach this thing called pain. Figure out what their pain is and get them talking about the pain. Okay? I always think about this, like, how do I get them moving? How do I get me moving? So if you're having a hard time getting going, start thinking about fanning the flame, your flame. What makes you mad and what makes you want to go to work? How about this one? It looks like a multi-level marketing. I don't like to recruit. I don't argue about their time, multi-level marketing, family. All I do is I keep talking about what the situation is. I talked to a guy this week, and it's his ex-wife, and he's recruiting the ex-wife, and she's got children to take care of. So I just start talking about all the kids and what's their names, and I go, all right, this kid, this kid, this kid. You want to take care of them. And so I just kept fanning about the kids. And then I said, you know what? Think about this. If you get hurt or something, you're going to want those kids to have money still coming in, even though you're not producing. And another thing, you're going to want to spend some time traveling with them and have the money still coming in, right? Right? So I'm giving them the right? And they go, yeah, well, I know how to do that. Versus saying, would you like to hire other people? Or give me a list. Or I'll call and start your network. I'm talking about what they're trying to accomplish, not what the problem is. The first time I ever heard an analogy of this, they said, when a person wants a hole, you talk about why the hole needs to be there, not about the drill. So when you're talking about let's get your network started, you're talking about the drill. If you talk about the children and freedom and traveling and covered if they get sick, that's the whole. That's the why. That's the reason. You're talking about the work when you start saying, give me a list. But if you talk about the kids, now, after we talk about the kids enough, then we can say, who do you think might be the best person that you would talk to? I had one the other day talking to them, and I said, they said, I really can't think of anybody good. I said, okay, let's think about the person that'd be terrible at this and that will never do it. Who would that be? And they was like, well, that'd be, and they named the person Jimmy somebody. And I was like, all right, do you care if I call Jimmy? We'll be real nice. If Jimmy says, absolutely not, you trust me to do it? Yeah, I trust you to do it. And he was like, wait a minute, never mind. I've got somebody I think might do it. It was hilarious because I didn't argue with him. I just went along with him on that he didn't know anybody good, so I asked him for somebody bad. And he gave me somebody bad. I was getting ready to call him. Next thing you know, he gave me somebody good. So this is my overcome the why talk. We had a great meeting yesterday. I was talking to some of our recruiters and builders, and I felt like we made some great connections on making phone calls in depth and finding opportunities in depth that people didn't know existed. So what I'm looking for is if somebody did that, Mia, Stephanie, Junior, Nina, do we make any calls in depth like we did with the ex-wife? Like I found a guy in depth under Junior. I think it was under Junior. Maybe it was under Jake and Beret. But it was kind of crazy that it was just sitting there, and all somebody had to do was call in depth and make that call. Anybody got any of those? Mia, Fanel, you got any of those making phone calls? I know it's been like only 5 hours since we wrapped up, but
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? I'm at the airport.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be too loud. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've reached out to several people since I've been here. And one of my guys, I was telling Terry about him. I didn't even think to talk to this guy, but he is I hired one of my clients. He has a friend who works for the Department of Defense in the state of Maryland. Just moved to Charlotte, and he was telling me, yeah, I think that he would really want to do something like this. So we have a phone call scheduled with him. So it's kind of like going to that next level, like going to that next step. Never even thought, but you're right. That's where we find those gems. It's looking deep down in people's network. So I'm excited. I'm excited to recruit. I've never been more excited to recruit than I am right now.
I just see, congratulations, Belle Krause. Somebody just told me that y'all hit platinum super pack. Woo! Need to hit it one more time. Una mas to go platinum. Good stuff. And somebody texted me that I did terrible recognition on my staff. Pam Parrish and Brandon Luntz have been hiring like crazy on my staff, and they're leading the country. That's the ABTF Red, which I'm a Red fan, so I should be cheering more for them. Way to go, Brandon Luntz. Way to go, Pam Parrish. Y'all are fine. There's people out there looking. So kind of tell us, go through that scenario again, Mia. You were coming in crystal clear. I don't hear the background noise. So
okay.
Somebody you hired and you called their debt. Tell me what happened and tell me names. I want inquiring minds want to know.
Okay. So it's somebody, so this is happening in a couple of different scenarios. So somebody that I'm hiring, he's in class right now. He was a client of mine. His name is Corey. Corey has a friend named Tone who works for the Department of Defense. I think his name is like Anthony, but they call him Tone. Works for the Department of Defense. And we have a phone call scheduled to talk to Tone. And then I have another young lady. So Corey and Tone live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Then I have another lady all the way across the country in Austin, Texas. Her name is Sonia. I think Sonia's on the call right now. Sonia, I just hired her. She has a friend named Cassandra. I might be saying her name wrong, but Cassandra. So I hired Sonia. Sonia's licensed. She has a friend named Cassandra, who's also been looking for a life insurance job. So we actually have a call scheduled with her today as well. So I'm looking now. I have my head on the swivel. You know, I don't do sports, Andy, but you always talk about being a defensive lineman and looking around. I got my head on the swivel now.
You got to think about something else to call it for you. Maybe you're maybe those, remember when Jeff Wright was talking about the sifting for diamonds and emeralds and gold, and you're a gold miner. You're looking down in that bucket.
Call me a gold miner. I'm going to be the best gold miner you ever seen in your life. I'm just getting started, Andy.
Not to be confused with a gold digger.
Right. Not a gold digger. I make my own money. Okay, let's be clear. People want to go see and go me, okay?
I'm a gold miner. Not to be confused. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I tell you what I think about, and I don't know if anybody else relates this. Maybe they don't, 'cause it's kind of crazy. But when I was a kid, and I've been wanting to do this again lately. When I was a kid, we walk out in the sounds in the ocean, the salt water anywhere from knee deep to waist deep, sometimes zone up this deep, and we had a big bucket with a battery in it or a float, and then we had the lights. We shine the lights down under the water, and we would look for flounders. And what you see the shape of a flounder in the mud. And I mean, sometimes I'll be like, I got one. And I dig it down there, and it'll be a leaf or nothing or a footprint. I'll be like, oh, yeah. But occasionally, and then, of course, the experts, the old men, they'd say, hey, come here, kid. Here's one right here. You look at it, you go, where? I don't see it. Where? I don't see it. And what was bad is if you ever stepped on one, if you got a flounder that big around as a plate, a dinner plate, you step on that, sure it moves around, scare the snot out of you, So you had to keep your eyes looking for the flounder. You with me? But an old man, they'd be like, they could see them and spot them, and you could gig them and put them in a boat. Kind of crazy. So linebackers, flounder diggers, gold miners, gold sifters. It's different things. That's all we're doing. And I'm telling you, the best place we're going to find people is down under people. Just when we hire somebody, who do they know? But getting over that objection of, well, I don't know nobody. You don't have the dream big enough. You don't have the why big enough for them to do what they're going to do. I just talked to, it had a terrible connection, but made a connection with Sebastian Chambers, and his brother-in-law is big deal with the government, has a big job. He's not reading Craigslist. He's not reading Facebook ads. He's not reading ZipRecruiter. He ain't reading newspaper ads. He's got a good job, but he's in some deal that's coming to an end. One of his money-making deals is some of the government deals coming to an end. But so he's reaching out to him and saying, hey, with that amount of time, would you like to learn something else? And he's all of a sudden interested in what we're doing. You with me? And the other thing I had is you're going to want to get these people connected, Mia, to Terry. Get them connected to Jason. Get them connected to me, because it's like a different light shining down on them. You with me? And we can see them from a different angle and help guide you in how to get that diamond, how to get that goal, how to get that flower, how to get that person, and get them started for their benefit.
You know what and one of the things that I love that we talked about is how you compared what we do to taking a village. You know how they say it takes a village to raise a child? Here, it takes a village to raise an agent. I had never thought about it like that. So making sure that we're all tapping into our upline, getting everybody connected with you, and the sharp ones throwing them up and slinging them up like you always talk about. So I'm definitely going to be doing that for sure.
It's funny you brought that up, because I'm going to get Belle Krause to call you up. She's going to be part of the village. Mama Belle. How many kids you got, Belle? Tell me about your kids. How old are they?
My daughter's 19 and my son's 22.
Okay. So Mia's about 19 or 22. She's right in that neighborhood. She might be a year or two older than that. I want you to call her up. Okay? We're going to help each other. You're going to help her get rich. She's going to help you get rich. If I can get y'all two connected, with me, you connected with Tony. She knows what's going on. Get you connected with Mia. Mia connected with you. The more we can connect people.
Oh, to be clear, Andy, Mia and I, we text all the time. She's my fierce warrior. I let her know all the time. I see her in the fight. I see her winning. I see her winning when she doesn't see herself winning, because sometimes it's hard for us to know when we're winning because it doesn't look like winning on the inside. And we have to remind each other that we're in this. These are my battle buddies. I get chills just thinking about it. I look out there in Lakeland, I'm like, they've got their battle buddies in the same room. I can't wait to get to Reno and be in the room with my battle buddies, because we're taking over. It doesn't matter what 2020 will be remembered as. How is 2020 going to remember the alliance? Because that's the question people are going to be asking, because they'll be like, well, 2020 was awful, except for that alliance. They done some phenomenal things. And that's what's happening for us. That's what's going on here, Andy. We're fired up.
I got something for the Lakeland office, if Mike and Noel can help me with this. Mike and Noel, you there? Here's the way it goes. You ready?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I think that we can win.
I
think that we can win. I think that we can win. I think we can win. I think that we can win. I think that we can win. I think that we can win. Ain't it funny? This daggum Zoom stuff. Hey, I got more. I got more stuff that I love it when I'm messing up so much stuff. Where the heck did it go? Joe and Tony Walker have hit agency manager this month. Better represent the Northwest, Joe and Tony Walker. Woohoo! Good stuff. That is good stuff. What else am I missing? Oh, God. 2020, baby. All right. Mia Fennell walking on the jet. Apparently, they don't let her be on the telephone when she jumps on there. Oh, Stephanie. So I got on the phone with one of your guys and started talking junk to him. So now you're going to talk to him in person?
Yep, absolutely.
Did remind me, after I kind of got on him and talked to him about his kids and talked about his responsibilities, did he start talking to other people also? Did he start driving his own depth and finding options?
Yes, he had driven Uber that night, and I think he found 2 people interested, he said, but he also, it would be his fiance he's trying to talk to and 2 of his friends that he's been talking to. So it does take a village. Sometimes it's just, it's not what comes from me, but from you or my upline.
Yeah. So this guy had stopped. Listen to this. He had took the test 3 times and had stopped. No plans, not serious about continuing on. He wasn't against us. He's just, he's mad. He's taken stage 3 times. But nobody in class, not recruiting, does Uber on the side of his job. I say, while you're in Uber, here's what you say to people. He's like, I was thinking about that. So I spent most of the time talking about his children and his fiance and wanting to travel, just kind of screaming at him, but just building that why up, saying, it's your responsibility to take care of this family. You've got a big family. Your family's growing. You got to take care of all these people. What are you thinking? And he's laughing, and I'm laughing with him. And I go like, and you got to build a network because you're a smart guy. If you own 10 Domino's, you're a smart guy. The franchise. You're a smart guy to know that if it's only your pen, if it's only your work, you're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. He's like, yeah, I know. I got to build a team if I'm going to get a lot of money coming in. I said, okay, let's talk about how to do it. How do you say, the reason I'm talking about to you, the reason for the call? And then he brought up the Uber idea, didn't he, Stephanie, about his talking to his people?
Yep, and the funny thing is when he was actively in class and taking the test, he was just recruiting on his own. He had sent me people on his own, like that was all his idea. So he's got the talent for it. He just lost the ambition when he failed a couple times. But I mean, we need you. You're our football coach. You give us a pep talk and, we're right back on track where we need to be. That's just the way it is sometimes.
Davies is complimenting you, Bailey, saying that Belle Krause said, how's 2020 going to remember us?
As me getting my first Rolex. Being number 1 in Foresters.
Way to be crazy, Stephanie. I love it. You don't get paid nothing for being shy.
Nope. I learned that also this weekend.
Oh, my gosh.
And Laura, too. Well, I stopped because I'm right down from my next appointment. I have 5 appointments left to go today, but we met with Laura for breakfast, me, Riddle, and Burbage, and she has 6 or 7 people, she's like, that are just drooling to get in class and get licensed, and this girl Felicia, and once, I don't know, it's just crazy how it happens. So, working on depth.
What I'm trying to get people to understand, Stephanie, and I think you're starting to get it, this is not difficult. It never happens fast as I want it to happen. It never happens as fast for a person. But Tony, as you find you a Stephanie, they're out there. Osuna, you found an Otsoy who's found a Maddie. Now who you working with in with Otsoy? Who you else working in with Otsoy? Or Osuna, who you working with in with? You with me? Like who's coming on and that you can build that relationship with, you can have breakfast with, and start making stuff happen. You want to tell me, Osuna? You got some ideas?
Yes, sir. We have two people in with. One is Dave Vladimir that we're working with right now out of Phoenix, Arizona. And we have another one named Alexandra Romero that we're working with, and she'll be here next week as well.
Alexander Romero. Have you got plans to go to Phoenix yet?
Yes, I talked to Dave because they actually have a big group of agents that are interested. They do supplemental insurance like disability for employer groups. And we're going to go down there to Phoenix and spend a couple days with them and help everybody get on board and get all the tools that they need and everything. In fact, I'm calling him right after this call. We've been texting this morning, so yes.
Okay, get a date on the calendar. Work your butt off on Zoom calls, phone calls, calling their cousins, mamas. You want everybody to be there that ain't scared to be there. So with the COVID, you're going to tell them to grease down, put the KY jelly on the ankles and arms and ears, put the mask around the face, get some Lysol, spray it, go in there like a greased up pig. Woo! I don't know if that'll keep the COVID off of you, but when we go to Africa, that's what we do. We put Vaseline, keeps the little crawly animals off of you. I don't know if you can COVID out.
I'm used to it, man. Used to put baby oil for wrestling, so I'm used to being all greased up. So it's fighting time, baby.
You put baby oil for wrestling?
Every wrestler, after getting a tan or spray tan or whatever, you put baby oil on. Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, everybody.
Some people are like, I'm not going to call new people and get them started in depth. I guess putting baby lotion on is definitely out of the question.
That's some crazy things.
You can get in a wrestling match without baby oil on? What's wrong with you? You can't be no real good wrestler. You gonna put a baby oil on?
That's right.
Jason Mathis, and I see you got Anna in the background. I see her back in there. You found them somehow. I want to tell me how you found them. Remind me, and tell me how you found some of these other people, man. Look, before you think about this, I think he's finding people you don't hardly have to explain a why to them. They know their own why. So part of it is when you call a lead, this person's filled out a lead. You know they're interested. We're talking to people these days that seem to know why they want to get free and why they want to get rich. But tell us how you found Anna and some of these other people. Mr. Jason Mathis, your recruiting's kind of been on fire lately. Uh-oh, lost you.
You're definitely rocking.
Can you hear me?
We're losing you.
No?
Try again, Jason.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we got you.
All right, we're in the middle of Alligator Alley.
Okay, y'all know where they are. Alligator Alley. He got that out.
We had
we ain't gonna be able to do the Alligator Alley. That's 80. I can't remember if it's 80. It goes all across Florida. You got no signal. You better have your mind right before you go across Alligator Alley. If you ain't got no signal, you don't want to run out of gas out there. Nothing but alligators and swampland. I've been across that before. If you're talking, Jason and Olga, we can't hear you. If you can hear us. Junior Korea. Let's see how it comes in on the screen here. Tell me what's happening. Tell me what's happening in Lakeland. Who we got in there? It looks like we got a crowd of good people.
We got some winners up in here, right?
Get my glass. Get my glass on where I can see everybody. That's what I'm talking about there, right there, man. You got the right crowd up in there, man. This thing's blowing up. How about you? You've been doing some interesting stuff also, Junior, making some phone calls in depth and finding some people. Can you give me a little highlight of how that's happened and surprises that you found in depth?
Yeah. So every time we get somebody rolling, I just try to copy what you do, where you get to talk about their dream and their why. And I just ask them, I say, hey, I'm going to help you build. I figure out what they want, and I just tell them, I want to help you build. And then we get their top 5 people. We invite them to the office. We start helping them build. And we got a lady here, Sherry. I don't know if she's in here, but Sherry, she's working part-time. And last month she made $4,000 part-time. And we got a list from her, and we hired this lady, Felicia. This is a crazy story. So I hired Felicia 6 months ago. I was not doing list names 6 months ago, or 4 months ago. Yeah. So I talked to her. I just followed back up with her, and I said, and I went through the whole, what do you want? And I said, let's get your top 5 people. And she said, I wish you would have told me this 5 months ago. I said, shoot, my bad. So then we got her top 5 people, and now she's got a lady here, Dermesia, that I talked to about before our meeting. And then we're going to invite her. She don't even know it yet, but we're going to invite her on Friday, and we're going to have her watch us call someone else top 5 people. We're going to get more deep.
So she told you she wished we'd have done that earlier.
I was in the room with my recruiter, and I looked at him. I'm like, we ain't doing that mistake again. We ain't making that mistake again. I felt terrible.
What do y'all find? Mike and Noel, I know y'all been some crazy digging lately. Overcoming or getting people's why big enough and their dream big enough that they start talking about other people. What, you got any stories since the last 24 hours? I know y'all obviously you went from meeting with me 2 days to doing a boot camp. Y'all are workers.
I was sitting on your deck last night and was talking to Guy Bennett, who's his last year in college. He's working on his licensing class, started the class last week. I said, hey, Bo, we need some help up here. You're in a good area up in Wisconsin. I said, man, who do you know that might be able to help us out? He's like, well, my 2 roommates both have their insurance license from an internship they did this summer. Wow. I was like, yeah, come in. It took me 3 days to find that out.
Ain't gonna do that again.
No, he's already texted me. Said, yeah, one of them wants to talk to you, so I'm going to be calling him today.
So all you did was ask him, say what you said to him again.
He said, who do you know that could help us out? Who do you know is as good as you or as sharp as you? Or just, man, Wisconsin's a good area. We got lots of families need help up in there. Who do you know might be able to help us out? He said, my 2 buddies, they got involved in some insurance program for an internship, and all they told them was to try to prospect, and they didn't even find nobody, and they don't even know if insurance is a good deal. So, oh my gosh, you understand this is a different program, right? He's like, yes, I do. I said, good, we got to talk to them.
If somebody told me, if I'm talking on the phone, they told me they were in Bangkok, Maine, I'd say that's a great place. Got a lot of money there.
Gold mine.
Matter of fact, there's an airport close there somewhere, right? They go, yeah, hour and a half. I said, that's perfect. That's where you're going to be flying out of as you take over the whole United States of America. You are going to be a interstate businessman, not an international. You'll be an interstate. We're going to travel international because you're going to win trips. We're going to hire people all over the country. Listen to me, guys. I get COVID. I get it serious. We are essential workers. We are the alliance. We are part of integrity. And the United States of America is feared right now. They're scared. They're afraid. They've got concerns. I don't want to offend anybody, but there's people that's committed suicide. There's people that are depressed. They want to see somebody. We are authorized to go see them with our essential worker badge. Make sure you do all the safety precautions. We do not want to be responsible for somebody catching the COVID. And we've had a couple of our agents catch the COVID out there working. It's going to happen. I get that. We also had an agent that was in the wreck the other day and messed up their leg pretty bad. It's going to happen. If you're in a football game, something's going to happen. If you're in life, something's going to happen. I get that. So I'm not belittling the problem. What I'm trying to do is raise the benefit, raise the why, raise who we're trying to talk to. God, Alfonso, I see. Is it Alfonso sitting there beside you, Mike?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You listening to some of this, Alfonso? You made some phone calls? Have
Yes.
you had a minute to reach out to somebody?
Yes.
Talk to me, man.
Yeah, I reached out to one of my agents that I have out in California that's going to meet with you in Reno. He's making a list of guys that he knows out there. Young guy, just finished college, Trey. He's on the call right now, and he's excited, fired up, and ready to go.
So you talked to Marino? Did you talk to ask him about if he knew anybody? If he thought about anybody? If you wanted some residual coming in?
Yes. We're going to be talking today once I get off the call here and get his list.
Like I said, I love people telling me the mistakes I made. Mike Morisi sent me one. He said, it's not Mike Morisi that made them sales you called out. That's Mike Moffitt. It's on Mike Morisi's team. So not only is Mike Morisi killing it, he's got a guy named Mike Moffitt underneath him that's killing it. Now what we got to do is we got a network under Mike Moffitt. Hey, while we got you, Jason Mathis, you back loud and clear? Let's see if we got you now. The video looks good, so I'm betting the audio is good. Maybe not. You're muted. You're muted. I think if you unmute, you'll be good. Olga. We missing them again. We cannot hear you. Somebody text them and tell them that we can't hear them. Tony Carey, let's go back to the Reno. Tell me where we
Can you hear us now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Back on.
Did y'all see Anna come from back over the back of that seat and start punching that phone? She's not a backseat driver, but she's a backseat attacker. That's the kind of person that's who you looking to recruit right there. That's aggressive right there. Let me up to that. The whole world does revolve around you sometimes, Anna.
That's right.
I'm working on those carriers. That's a good idea. I'm going to get on it for you. Jason, talk to them about your recruiting that's happening.
Yeah, we recruited someone. I don't remember if it was off a Monster or the state license list. A lady who wanted to change her life, and she didn't even have internet, Andy. And she's like, what can I do to recruit? I'm like, you can go to the library and recruit. And she went to the library, started recruiting, got on their Wi-Fi, had her cell phone that she could get on their Wi-Fi. And she started calling people and sending out text messages. Somebody responded because in the text message, the young lady had put something in there about Jason and Olga Mathis, wanted to help you build your business. And the girl that responded knew Olga because Olga tried to sell her life insurance when she very first got in with the Alliance, and she tried to recruit her. And so when she got this, the girl had by that time, years later, gotten her life insurance license. And then we got her, she started working, and she knew Anna. She said, we got to talk with Anna and G. So we talked with Anna and G. And now Anna's rocking out her first month working last month. $20,000 well, issue paid last, right under 20,000, like 19.5. Anna is incredible.
That's just the beginning.
That's just the beginning. And
she has 5 people licensed, and she has like 10 in class.
Yep, 5 licensed, 10 in class. All of them are fired up. We were talking to them today, before this call. We're rocking it out. We got Larry. We got Nate. We got Chris B. We got Jane Bazan. Those are all under. They got Angel. We got this other guy, Henry, up in Orlando. It's getting crazy.
Did I hear you say you had an agent who said they didn't have Wi-Fi and you sent them down to the library to start texting and calling people and recruit?
That's right. That's
exactly.
right.
That's what she did, yeah.
Or you could have said, well, I guess you can't recruit then. I guess you don't want it bad enough. I guess. But you said, I got an idea. Go down to the library. So that person hired somebody who hired Anna. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
I rest my case, people. This stuff is not hard. But you've got to say the words. You got to build the why. You got to ask the question. Who do you know? Why do you want this? Hey, let me ask you this, Belle. How much is this the same way as referrals in insurance when you're selling?
It's the same thing. You find why it matters. The solution, the tools. I love what you said about person needs a hole. You don't talk about the drill. You don't talk about how you're going to dig the hole, how you're going to make the hole. You talk about why it's important. If you know why it's important, you'll let them use any tool necessary to get it done. It's the same thing. You find out what's important and why it's important. You can find 15 different tools to get it done and they won't care as long as it gets done. Amazing. It's the same concept, just for a different result. Exciting. Lets me know.
Linebacker in the house. Gold miner in the house. You're looking around, you're asking questions. Who do you know? And there's nothing wrong with asking, who do you know that I can sell to? Who do you know that I can help cover with policy, with life insurance, cancer insurance, Medicare? Who do you know that like to make some money? Asking questions will determine the quality of your life. The quality of the questions and the quantity of the questions will determine your life. Hello? So next week, Thursday night, I am in Nevada, all day Thursday the 18th, and all day Saturday the 19th, I am in Reno, Nevada. Belle Krause is going to be there. Osuna's going to be there. Tawny Carey's going to be there. A ton of other leaders are going to be there. Joe Walker just told me that he was going to be there. Before that, let's do the 14th. The 14th on Treasure Island. If you're local, we're going to have a 4-hour window that you can come in if you're interested in Medicare. We're going to be at the Fusion Resort. More details will be posted on Band, and we'll get the word out because I don't have the details of exactly where other than Fusion. We know we're going to be there. Christmas time coming up. Oh, by the way, Tim Long texted me that he was one of the big producers. He was saying that this time of the year he's finding money like crazy. He just couldn't explain it. IULs, annuities, he's just kind of taken back at how much money is out there. The national conventions, reminder, we're more likely right now to do those starting the 18th through the 29th. Find out which one you're invited to. The 4th and 5th of February, around that time frame, I am going to likely be in Dallas. I might continue on. I might stop in Denver before or after. Phoenix, Arizona, Osuna might be a possibility. I'm looking at different places where I can find some winners around that February time frame. It's going to be chilly in Denver around that time frame, February. But I'm making it happen. I think I'll be hanging out with Elliot Gorog with the HMAs around the 4th and 5th, at least for a little bit of time in a helicopter. If anybody's interested in riding a helicopter with me and Elliot, that might be an interesting event. Lakeland?
I know a couple guys might want to be in that helicopter with you, Andy.
I bet you do. I believe that we can win. I believe that we can win. I believe we're going to win. I believe we're going to win. Hey, guys, look, I'm signing out. Hope this was helpful. Overcome the why first, Don't address the objection as much as you address the why. You glance off the objection and go to the why. Don't talk about if it's part-time, full-time, if it's network marketing, if it's multi-level, if you're hiring people. We don't care about all that. What we care about is, why do you want to do it? Why would you want to get out of jail? Why would you want to get out of jail free? Why would you want to go home? Why would you want to get rich? Why would you want a Ferrari? Why would you want a bank account? Why do you want freedom? Why would you want to go to Thailand? What would you like to do for your children? Do you have little girls that are going to get married? You got to have big weddings for them. Do they need big trucks? They need big cars. You got boys that need guns. You need boys that go to college. Your mama needs something. Your granny needs something. Why are you doing this thing is what we got to address, and then we'll worry about all that other stuff. All right, guys, I'm excited about this depth driving. We're putting in the width. We're driving depth. Lakeland, y'all kill it. Love y'all. Thanks for being on. Appreciate you listening in. Means a lot. Later.